Fuck you. Welcome to yet another My Hero Academia chapter review. Today we will be talking about chapter 222, I believe. This chapter was all around really good, actually. We got some good development for Shiggy. We learned more about his past, his how he encountered All For One. We learn more about his goals, his future goals, what he wants the world to become. And we also see the end of this little flashback. We're back to Destro Jr. We're back to the destruction of the League of Villains. You know, we're all back to it. We're back in the mix. All around, really good chapter. Couple things I want to talk about, of course, because I'm not going to end the video at like 1 minute just saying it's a good chapter. No. Something about Shiggy's past. It's a bit sus. That's all I gotta say, man. It's a bit sus. We learned that Shiggy apparently awakened an unheard of quirk and just killed his whole entire family. He doesn't remember much of it at all. And we have All For One conveniently coming in after that happened. So we all know what the fuck happened, alright? It's gonna be a parallel with Deku. All Might gave Deku, a person who was quirkless, a quirk to save people. It's gonna turn out Shigaraki was originally quirkless, and All For One gave him a quirk, but to hurt people. It's gonna be a beautiful parallel. It's gonna be flowers everywhere. We're gonna get some poetic sentences. It's gonna be the next Tokyo Ghoul. It's just gonna be great. But yeah, that's how it's gonna happen. Now, I don't have much to say about his goals, his motivations. We've kind of always known he wanted to destroy things. It's just kind of more concrete now. Concrete. It's just kind of more defined now. Now we definitely know, yeah, he's an anarchist. He wants to destroy everything. Something else I want to talk about is Spinner. Within these last 3 chapters, we've gotten a lot of Spinner backstories, Spinner panels all together. And this chapter really kind of makes me think. I really not sets into stone, but I don't even think that was good, correct grammar right there, but it really makes me think Spinner is going to defect from the League of Villains, because Shiggy wants absolute destruction, and Spinner just wants to follow Sane. He just wants the world to be rid of fake heroes. He doesn't want to destroy the world. He just wants to kind of rebuild the hero system, or get rid of the current hero system. And we saw this chapter. We had a couple of reaction panels of Spinner, and he didn't look like he was down with that at all. He didn't look like he was down with Shiggy's destroy everything. He was he had complete surprise faces. He was just, it wasn't very Sugoi to him. It wasn't very Subarashi. It was just, I've made a huge mistake joining this group. That was the kind of face he had. I've made a huge mistake. Now, there's this little thing between Shigaraki and Toga that should really be brought up, and it's after Shigaraki is talking about his little I want to destroy everything edgy teenager speech. Toga actually brings up a good point and says, hey, doesn't that mean you want to destroy the things we want to? And Shigaraki's just like, no. You're my comrades. I'll let you do where the hell you want. But it really makes you think, will he keep that, will he keep that promise? Will he actually allow his comrades to do whatever they want? Or will he betray them? In the Yakuza arc, he seemed to actually care about his comrades, specifically Toga and Twice. But was that fake? Is it possible that he genuinely just wants to destroy everything and is just using his comrades? I personally don't think he is, but it's quite a possibility that that's going to happen. So they go and fight Giga, and Shigaraki's just like, I'm be the king of games. And Giga's just like, you the king of games? No. And then we go back to the present, and we see, what's his face? I totally forgot his name. I really should have, prepared more before I did this review, but the information broker guy, the guy that was being tortured by Destro Jr., we see his scarf and his fingers, it seems. His finger on the ground. Now, what the hell happened to him? We don't know. I've heard some pretty funny theories that have really no backing to them, and it's that Overhaul is now teaming up with Destro Jr., and it's actually Overhaul who kind of just overhauled the guy into pieces. There's really no backing to that, other than I think it was stated that Overhaul didn't actually make it to the Tartarus, didn't actually make it to the prison or to the hospital or whatever. So it's possible Destro Jr., I guess, found Overhaul and used his technology to make Overhaul robotic arms or something that would allow Overhaul to use his quirk. I don't know. Maybe. You know, I'd be down for it, actually. Overhaul is my favorite villain in this series, so I'd be down. It just probably isn't true. It's probably just Destro Jr.'s quirk. All around, it was a pretty good chapter. It was a great, I guess, finale to a bunch of setup chapters. There's probably like maybe a couple more setup chapters, 2 or 3, before we start getting into the crazy action and stuff. Yeah, great chapter, good chapter. I've said it all. I've said like mediocre, good, and great all in this one video, I think. But all right, final verdict, great chapter. 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10 actually. Really good chapter. Honestly, these like 3 or 4 League of Villain flashback chapters we've had, 20 times better than the joint training arc. I'm just going to say it here. The joint training arc, horrible pacing. It was just all around. That's all I could say about the joint training arc. I can't even describe it with words. I have to use 12-year-old sound effects to describe it because it was just that trash. So that's the end of the video. There's not really much for me to say right here. If you like it, like it. If you really like it, subscribe. If you really like it, subscribe. Like my balls just like dropped right there. I had a burp in my throat. If you really like it, subscribe. And if you really like it, share it into the whiteness, the redness, the blackness, then boop.